Hey guys, this is Victor from Vitagenics, and today I'm going to try to be quick, talking about detox, helping you to really understand detox and to differentiate between triggering detox, aiding detox, or even offloading it. Okay, so this is a pretty important context to understand because detox is always happening in your body no matter what, right? Your body has its own natural detox mechanisms and pathways. And so let's jump in and I'll try to get through this as quickly as I can. And again, context is really important here. So, our detox mechanisms are compromised. Living in the modern world, there's just so many things that compromise them, right? We have clogged pathways, we have missing metabolites because we're malnourished. We're not eating, we're not getting enough of the nutrients we need. I mean, we're eating a lot of food, but it's not nutritious food, right? And we have insufficient movement, lack of exercise or just lack of natural movement to get things flowing, right? So we're in a very unnatural state, lack of sunshine, lack of grounding, right? So these are important things that actually help our detox that are missing. And then, of course, we're simply overwhelmed by toxins. We live in a much more toxic world right now. And then, on top of that, most of us are dehydrated. We're not getting enough fluids into the body or enough quality fluids. You can see my video on hydration if you want to dig into that a bit more deeply. And then, a lot of us also have compromised organs or organ damage, right? Our organs are not functioning optimally. So what happens, right, when you're compromised, when your detox mechanisms are compromised, the body's got to do something, right? So it ends up storing toxins and fat, and then you get heavier, or the toxins attach themselves, or they're incorporated into biofilms, and now you get all kinds of dysbiosis, candida overgrowth, etc. The toxins, especially heavy metals, will also like bind to receptors in the body and block minerals and other nutrients that it'll stop you from absorbing things. And then of course we know, heavy metals and such will get lodged into your brain and other parts of the body. So we don't want this to happen. We want to prevent this, right? We got to do something about this toxic overload. And so what do, right? So we do need to trigger it. And lots of things like exercise. Exercise is really good for you. It can trigger detox. There are bad things like antibiotics that will trigger detox, drugs, allergens, even natural remedies. And then there are lots of great devices and things like saunas, etc. The sun, the heat will actually trigger detox. But again, if your systems are compromised, if you're overwhelmed, you're going to get this detox reaction. You're going to get what we might call die off or a Herxheimer reaction or a Herx. And this doesn't feel good, okay? So this really feels like the flu or other sickness. You really can't differentiate between detox and what we might call a disease. There's even debate, is there really a difference, right? It's very hard to tell. So your body just can't unload. So you're trying to do some good things, like maybe trying to do some exercise. You're triggering detox, which we need to do, but you're overwhelming the body's abilities to deal with it. And so we need to aid it. And so the first thing I want to talk about, simple, cheap ways to help you reduce that bad reaction. And the most important thing is simply drinking more water. If you are doing things to trigger detox, right? If you're using any of these great devices or you're going into the sauna or you're exercising, etc., you need to drink more water to flush things out, okay? This is very, very important. And then a secret that many people don't understand, MSM. MSM you can find almost anywhere. It's in the most of your joint supplements, okay? It's a very simple compound. It's cheap. You can take quite a bit of it, and this reduces the energy that your body needs to detox at the cellular level. It's amazing. I have a video on that. Go look. I have a couple of videos on MSM. It's one of the most potent things that you can use to help you detox. And what's important is it's cheap, it's readily available. You don't need any special high quality stuff or anything like that. Along the same lines, the next thing is magnesium. And so I tell all my clients, man, MSM and magnesium, and I always recommend magnesium oil so that you avoid any potential digestive stress. Lots of people are fine taking magnesium internally, but if you use magnesium oil, it's cheaper and you can get a lot more, and you don't have to worry about any other issues. And I have a lot of videos on that too if you need more information. So these are really cheap, easy ways to help you detox. And I'll throw one more in there, and that's bentonite clay. This is a little bit more involved, but again, I mention it because it's cheap. It's available all over the world. You really don't need anything special. You don't have to go out and buy a super special expensive clay. Cheap, easy things that can become part of your detox program to aid you with all the other things you're doing, right? The more things you use, the easier it is, the less detox reactions you will have if you're using things to aid it. If you're just using things to trigger detox, you're going to feel worse and worse, okay? So now we could also talk about a couple of things that are not so cheap, okay? Maybe it cost a bit more money. So this might not be for everyone, but I'm going to mention again, drink more water. And you can go crazy and look at things to like, make structured water. You can get kind of nuts on the water. But I'm not suggesting that. Just drink more water. If you can get a device to structure your water, that's great. There are also simple ways to structure your water. The one big thing that I like to use with my clients to really offload detox is PBX zeolite. I don't actually recommend zeolite because there's a lot of bad zeolites out there, but one specific brand, you don't have to buy it from me. I mean, yes, I do provide PBX, but there's lots of good people out there. So whomever you're working with, try to see if you can get PBX from them or find somebody that you can get it from, because it's, again, it's not so cheap, but it's really worth it, and it can be really helpful. Moving on, there's another one. This is really hard to get, a pure organic fulvic acid. I actually, I'm again really picky about what I'll use, and there's not a lot of really great brands out there. However, if you want to know more, contact me and I'll let you know. I'll point you to a really good fulvic product that can help you to help offload, and it works great with the PBX. So there's a good synergy there. I'm going to mention another one that's a lot of people might laugh at, but enemas. Enemas are actually a super cheap, easy thing to do, but most people find them too cumbersome. So in this case, they'll feel it's too uncomfortable, or it feels like an impossible thing. So while it doesn't cost a lot of money, it takes more time, it's more involved, and there are a lot of different kinds of enemas that you can do. And of course, there are even other things that you can do to aid detox, trigger detox, and offload it. And the great thing is, for example, if you're exercising and then you are drinking enough water and you're using all these other things, you use them all together, okay? And for example, there's some great devices out there that can really help you. Some people may have heard me recently talking about the iteracare device. That is really, really nice, because actually not only does it will trigger detox, but it will also structure water. And again, like all the other devices out there, there's other things. People hear me talk about the Beck protocol. I love PEMF devices, right? Blood electrification, near infrared, far infrared devices. These devices are great. But if you use just the device and you're not drinking enough water, you're going to be triggering detox, right? And you're going to feel a lot worse. To feel a little bit bad is not a bad thing, so keep this in mind also. If you are starting to feel bad when you use a device, that's a sign that it's helping get stuff out of your body, okay? Assuming that you are following all the proper guidelines, you're aware of the safety information, etc. Okay, so bad feelings can be a really good sign. Just make sure, again, that you're working with someone that understands what's going on, can help guide you, and eventually you'll feel a lot better. Okay, so one more piece of information that I want to just give you here, and I love sharing this with people. We're talking about detox. Detox is not only about the physical toxins in the world, right? So there's negative emotions or fear and all these kind of things. And so this is stuff that you also have to worry about, and you have to detox it, right, in different ways. And there's a lot of things you can do for that: meditation, prayer, therapy, spending time with family and friends, community, etc. Just get that feeling of belonging, and don't forget to laugh and smile and be happy. All these things help you. Put them all together, and your detox journey will be less painful. Okay, so don't panic, right? If you feel bad because you started using something new to aid you in detox or to aid you in health, but it's generating a detox reaction, just add some of these other things and you'll feel a lot better. Okay, all right. I hope this helps you. Thank you for watching, and I hope to talk to you all again soon. And remember to, you gotta believe. Okay, stay positive, and believe that you can do it, and believe that you're going to be okay. All right. Take care. See you again.